bought by the politicians. Nigerian judiciary have been bought by the politicians. Saddam, how old? Well, is there hope? Is there this? Is there that? Do you trust? And I said the same thing I've been saying on this platform since day one. I don't trust the judiciary. Same way I do not trust the media. Same way I do not trust the legislative arm of government, executive arm of government. I do not trust anything in Nigeria. Nothing. That is how bastardized our system has been for the past 60 plus years. And you now see an arm of government that is meant to be the last hope of the masses, an arm of government that is meant for learned men and women. That you go through school, there's a reason why you have to go through school for 6 years or 5 years. I cannot remember, I don't know how many years is law, I think it's 5 or 6 years. And when you're done, you have to go through the law school. And if you fail law school, you keep going till you graduate. You can, if you graduate from university say I read law, you're not a lawyer. Not like that small stout that have been parading himself as lawyer to expose him during the campaigns. That say in his school he read he had 2 law courses, and all of a sudden he started putting himself as a lawyer on Twitter. No, you have to go through the whole system, the process, and come out as a professional. Growing up, we used to always have these professional courses. People are always like, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a pilot, I want to be a this, I want to be a that. These are professional courses. These are what parents wish for their children. It has never been a course of, I want to be a lawyer because I'll make so and so billions. No. It has never been a profession that has been linked to funds or linked to big men or big women. No. It's a modest profession. But unfortunately, as Nigeria always, as is known with Nigeria, whatever Nigerian system touches, it corrupts. Whatever Nigerian system touches, if it cannot change it, it kills it. The judiciary has been tainted, has been bastardized, has been bamboozled. I'm trying to find the English words because they like using big English in that profession. The judiciary has been mesmerized by corruption. Every criminal politician has succeeded in having 1 or 2 judges in their pockets. That is the reality. But in the midst of all this corruption, it always happens in the night. They don't ever do it in the daytime. It is an opaque system that they have created whereby they do not highlight this corruption in open. It is always Nicodemus style, visiting in the night. You will never see them when they come. They're always. That's why you see you can go and I will not call names here. We are unfortunately for the judiciary is that you guys have met the wrong generation. We will expose every single one of you in bed with politicians, including the ones sitting on our cases today. We are drafting out your stories. We are doing our research. We are speaking. Nigerians are digging you guys to your families. Every single penny of stolen will be exposed. Something must give in this season. Something just have to give. You guys have chosen to be in bed with politicians that did not go to school, criminals that you ask. Well, I'm not going to judge all because we just found out also in the course of this whole this season, we found out that some judges that did not even go to law school in Nasarawa and in some parts of the country. That is how corrupt the Nigerian system is, that people will just finish and anybody can just come and say he's a lawyer. No checks, no balance. What is the NBC doing? I mean, what the NBA? What are they doing? And so because you guys have refused to clean your houses, Nigerians will help you and clean your house. And woe betide you, because when the people come and clean your house, they are going to search and find things where you on a very normal day you will not want them to search and find. In this season, we are exposing everything. In the aftermath of the elections, I know how many people came out and was Saddam, oh this, oh that, oh this, oh that. I reached out to my big sister, Madam Aisha. She said, Saddam, I'm a child of protest, because let me tell you guys the truth. All my people that know me, I will tell you, all my back dealings were behind me. I was edging. I was pushing. I wanted, in fact, as they do me, make we say we don't pursue politicians one by one. But some big people and some people of a voice of reasoning sat down and said, Saddam, come and listen. See, let me explain something to you. And one of the submissions I heard was, I told some people in my quiet time, because me, I'm a very, 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 very religious person. I'm a very, very, very spiritual person. I'm not religious, but I'm a spiritual person. And me, when me I had to talk to my God tell me, say, Saddam, calm down. And I did not want to hear God tell me, calm down. So I needed to hear from somebody. And somebody called me and said, Saddam, calm down. We have to follow this process to the very conclusive end. Whatever you want to do today, you can do it in 5 months' time. Whatever you want to riot or protest or shout or do it today, you can do it in 5 months' time. But let it not be heard that you guys started something and did not see it to a conclusive end. So you guys have successfully, in the space of 9 months, you have successfully exposed the rot in the legislative arm and executive arm of government. You have exposed the media. You have exposed the religious bodies, the clerics, the pastors, the bishops, the alphas. You have exposed everybody. Everything has been exposed. Whatever the obedient movement puts their light on, get exposed. You did that in 10 months. Do you want to now crumble everything because of your emotions? And I sat down and I thought about it and I say, well, the person said there's only one more sector that has to be exposed, and that is the judiciary. The same light you guys shined on the legislative, the same light that made you guys, the same power, the same spirit that made you guys, you crumbled an establishment, a political establishment with experience of over 50 years. You joined APC and PDP, and you amateurs, because I call ourselves amateurs, you headless mobs. You headless mobs with no degree in political science, that has no experience in political science, you crumbled an establishment of corruption, including a sitting government with over 36 governors. Not one governor supporting you guys openly until 1 week to elections. G5 are jumping left and right, doing meeting in the middle of the night, trying to strike deals here left and right. We conquered this system, including Buhari. With all the forces, we won that elections. So if we could, as a people, united and say we want to take back our country, we took back our country. If we stay in the same course, the same motive, the same mindset, we are going to take back our judiciary. And if there's one sector, if there's one arm of the government that do not like to be seen in the light, that is why I see their clothes is black. Now, why their uniform self now black? Because they don't like to be seen in the light. They like doing their things coded. So even if you're going to bribe them, it's in a coded place where nobody can see. It's the judiciary arm. And the person says, Saddam, what you people are going to do is you're going to put the judiciary on trial. And ever since we put the judiciary on trial, my people, you have been seeing evidence coming out from that cesspool of corruption, from that dirty coven. We have been seeing evidences, plus the one that spiritually, for me, I never knew it was Bukachuawa. I've never cared about any of these people. So when people come and they say, Saddam, Supreme Court is this, Supreme Court is that, I said, I do not even know who is the Supreme Court. I do not. The last person I knew about CGN was Onegon. And it was because the whole Burhara of Buhari taking him out that created that noise that people now say, I have never had time to even think about. I don't even care about the judiciary. I believe I'm speaking for myself and a whole lot of others. I will not come out and do blanket statement, but I believe I'm speaking for myself and a whole lot of others, because when I asked questions, they said, Saddam, look how the Supreme Court did in Imo State. And I said, who sat on those cases? Can you name for me 2 justices of the Supreme Court? Everyone becomes silent because we did not freaking care. And because of that, they successfully ran their thing with politicians. But we are saying this right now. Judiciary, the game has changed. We beat the legislators. We beat the executive. We will beat you guys. We have only one thing. The woman told me, my Oga told me, he said, Saddam, the only thing we can do is to overwhelm them with evidence. Choke them with evidence. How can I bring for you a data analyst? How can I bring for you a professor in mathematics? How can I bring for you workers from 3 of the major TV stations in the country? How can I bring for you a staff of the company whereby INEC hosts their server? How can I bring for you a cyber analyst? How can I bring for you the head of NITD, I want to call him? And you see all these people come with evidence to testify, and judicially you will tell me what? Technicalities. How? How can you watch INEC delete their beavers? How can you see all these things? I want to understand how. It is not possible. How will you tell Nigerians that a criminal drug lord, a criminal that forfeited $460,000 in America, a man that nobody has any history of his childhood, his secondary school. In fact, when he first submitted his certificate, his resume in 1999 when he was running for governor, he said he went to one Areola's primary school and went to government college Ibadan. And when he came for his presidency now, he did not write anything about his primary or secondary school. Only went on to give us Chicago University. And when his spokesman was asked a question, he came out and said, great men went to school without, great men wrote WAEC without going to school. And we now went to check the certificate. The certificate belongs to a woman. So you're going to tell us, judiciary, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was a woman in Chicago, a black American woman in Chicago, and came back to Nigeria and turned to an African man. How do you explain all these things to Nigerians? How do you explain to Nigerians that when they say and 25%, and he did not win 25%, how do you explain this to Nigerians? If we were not interested in this case, it's a different ballgame. If I was not interested, I wouldn't have cared. But we are interested in this case. We have seen evidence. We have bought every day with the kind of evidence. Truck load in cooler box. In a truck you every day, you're seeing, you have been tendering our evidence as exhibit in the court. Justice Samani Haruna and co. How can you rule and tell us what we have seen is not right? You are just about to set Nigeria up on flames. And so I want to let you guys know that it is important for you guys to understand that the greatest office in the land is the office of the citizen. For so long, the office of the citizen has been left comatose. It has not been functional. It has not been working. So criminals have been roaming the asylum for so long. But right now, citizens don't find our voice. So we now know the power we wield. We now know what we can do. Now they calm people down. We are calming our people down because our people want to come and our people want to overwhelm you guys on the streets. But telling them, calm down. Make one wrong move. Make one wrong move and you understand the anger in the land. In the course of all the submission, I was telling people then earlier on when people were screaming and talking, I said, my brother always said, Saddam, I am scared of July 1st. He kept saying, I am scared of July 1st. In private conversations and in spaces. Why? Because we already knew from November last year
June 1st.
June 1st, sorry my brother, June 1st. That Buhari has already set a landmine for anybody that was going to take over from him. The implementation of subsidy. But we always said, if Peter Obi comes in, we understand that Peter Obi is not going to just immediately rush into it. He's going to throw in some low-hanging fruits for Nigerians. And He will always communicate with Nigerians for you guys to understand. I understand what you're feeling. We say this all the time. Imagine a P2B government and somebody comes to him and they have removed subsidy and you say, sir, let us increase salary of yourself and governors and House of Rep and lawyers by 10%. You lose your job that day. When you lose your job, that will arrest you. But these freaking criminals came in and they shut it up. Renewed Shege. They come shown as Shege. We told you people. We said, do you want a president that when he comes in and he takes this out of subsidy, he comes up or probably comes up on our space or come up on one of the YouTube channels or have the Zoom meeting in Nigeria and say, Nigerians, please understand what you guys are passing through. I truly will implement these subsidy funds and put it in critical sectors in the country and make it work for Nigerians? Or do you want a president that will come in and tell you, let the poor breathe and carry that money and squander it with his accomplice? Say make una breathe. He say make una breathe. You know, say they shout, who they breathe? Who they breathe? Because they let the poor breathe. Hey, Nigeria na go hear am. We always say this, but I say in hindsight, I always thank God. I thank God that P2B did not collect his mandate on the first ballot. I am so happy. I did hit my chest. I am happy. So that all these things can happen now. Let it happen. Let Nigerians see. So when we call back our mandate, I want to see that bagger. I want to see that animal that will not come out and say, Peter Obi is the cause of the suffering. No. We now know who are the causes of the suffering. All Peter Obi will become to this what? Repair the damage this freaking criminal and his gang of thieves have laid for Nigerians. That's what we're going to do when we get back our mandate. And I will wrap up with China SeaPort. You know, a news broke out in Parafact yesterday. And I told you people, be careful of what you wish for. Nigerians, be careful what you wish for. And I'm happy. Nigerians did not wish for this. So it is not us. It is not on us. No. This is not what we wanted for. This is not what we wished for. What we wished for was Peter. And Peter will come. But for the Abados, you know, you guys, when you do your bigotry and when you do your Yoruba running and all those things to legitimate hustlers, the Igbos are people that have gone around the whole country settling. And I'm saying this for those that have traveled because many people in Nigeria have not traveled. Before I left the country, I am opportune to say I've been to over 30 states in Nigeria. I am proud to say that. I have not just been, I have stayed, I have done business there, I have seen settlements. And there is no state in Nigeria you go to. There is no state that you go to, you not see Igbo people thriving, not just thriving, investing in that place. No state, no local government. Either they are building the markets, or they have built houses, or they are the ones doing the hoteling business. They are investing their own hard money there. But at the end of all these things, when we get to Lagos, it doesn't look like, say, you're doing Igbos a favor. You're doing Igbos a favor. Igbos are buying your houses. Igbos are buying the real estate in Lagos. Right now, go and ask realtors in Lagos. They are suffering. They are suffering because people that normally buy these houses are not buying anymore. It's no longer as like pre-elections, whereby you just put house 120 million, 150 million, 200 million. Bam! People could just rush go buy them. A lot of Lagos don't they sell house. What make real estate people begin employ a lot of Lagos, making do advert for them. You can know say you don't rugged. You don't rugged. But you see, one thing I'm telling people, I'm telling the Ronu boys is this: your master, your Lord, and your Savior, he has brought in new customers. He has brought in the Chinese. And before he brought in the Chinese, he brought in the Lebanese. I want to tell you a story that you do not know. Lebanese, actually, the man they call Chaguri. We made, please go on the, I'm going to find that article and post it up on the Jumbotron. Please go on Parafax and read, my people. We brought out a masterpiece article on Chaguri. The man that laundered all Abata funds. The godfather of Lagos. The godfather of Ahmed Tinubu, the man that when Tinubu goes to France, it's in his house he's staying. Yes, Gilbert Chaguri is his name.
That was one of the first news you guys launched Parallel Facts with.
My brother, that was actually the first news we launched Parallel Facts. Thank you very much, Jimmy. Your memory tight. That was the first news we launched Parallel Facts with. You need to dig up on that man and you will be shocked and amazed by the amount of corruption that man embodies. He is a worldwide corrupt merchant. And so I cry for Nigeria. There is only, see, if we don't get back our mandate, Nigeria should just scatter. Because I'm telling you people right now, Nigeria has been sold. If we don't get back our mandate, I'm telling you now, there is only one option we have in Nigeria. As a Nigerian, listen to my voice. There is only one option. We must get back our mandate. If not, kiss that nation goodbye. You don't want to know who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu's godfather. Go and Google Gilbert Chaguri. Do your work. Do your hard work, my people. Go and read. There is nothing like knowledge. Please. I was on Mindset Space yesterday, and oh my goodness, God bless me. God bless my brother, Well Me Nigeria. Hopefully he's going to come up here. And while he was giving submission, I just wrote something on. I just said, education, no be scam. Tinubu has made sure that education is looked upon as scam. That is why he has elevated the likes of MC Olomo to high positions so that your children and the young ones will look up and see if MC Olomo is a freaking illiterate. Oh my goodness. I wanted to bring Otumba and I removed him from the space. Jesus have mercy on me. Let me bring him back. All right. If MC Olomo, someone like MC Olomo can be a role model for young people, that country is in trouble. If Asari Dokubo, a terrorist, can be role model for people, what is the future of that country? These are the people surrounded by Tinubu. Then go and read about Tinubu's godfather. Please, go and read about Gilbert Chaguri. He has sold Lagos. The man that owns Eco Atlantic. You see when they make that noise, Tinubu invests in Eco Atlantic. Gilbert Chaguri owns, if not 80% of Eco Atlantic. Go and verify. Go and verify. Eco Atlantic that you know, Gilbert Chaguri owns it. Eco Hotels, you know, Gilbert Chaguri owns over 60% of Victoria Island. That is Tinubu's godfather. So when you see all those, if you can remember, my people, there was one video that leaked during campaign of Lebanese sharing foodstuff to voters. Can you guys remember? If you can remember, please let me see icon, please. If you can remember, please let me see some icons, please. Oh, you guys can remember. God bless you guys. Those are the children of Chaguri. Chaguri's village in Lebanon. They sell a plot of land. I think they call that place Mizero or something. Mizero is the name of the village or so. A plot of land is being sold for approximately $2 million. Please, my people, go and Google about Lebanon. A war-torn country. A once before Christian country, a Christian nation that has been hijacked by Islamic jihadists today. The future of Nigeria is very, very bleak with these people in power. And I was saying, before I just digress on Chaguri, I was trying to tell you guys about the Chinese. Because right now, 60% is with 60% is with Lebanon. The rest they go China. You freaking bigoted, tribalistic animals. That when you hear Igbos, your manhood that have not stood for 1 year will stand up. And you're quick at burning Igbo markets, looting and killing them. The Chinese are here. Oh. If you don't know, go and verify.
Saddam is on the Jumbotron. I just put it on the Jumbotron.
I love you, Jimmy. Thank you, my brother. If them born you well, Ronu, if them born you well, just go and touch. Go and touch that SeaPort. Go and run in that SeaPort. They will feed you to the sharks. The Chinese don't play. They don't play with their investment. For the next 45 years, you are slaves to the Chinese. Whether you like it or not. It is your Tinubu has told you. Go and tell him, thank you, sir. You are slaves. You must learn how to speak Mandarin. You must learn how to speak it. If you don't learn them, if you provoke them in 20 years' time, they'll tell you that they want a Chinese governor in Lagos. And you cannot do any freaking thing. These are not able people that are required to. You start as a shop like that. You know, so they sabi Chinese first. Can you do taekwondo? It is if you smoke colos. If you smoke colos, carry bats and machetes and 2x2. Chinese don't hear those ones. They are well trained. They will beat you like thieves and castrate you and throw you to the sharks of the Atlantic Ocean. So all those your bigotry you have done to your fellow black man. may God have mercy upon you guys. Try it with the Chinese. You have been sold. Welcome. Welcome to the violence space. My people, is going to be an amazing space. I said, I beg, let me get reach out to I don't know how I keep out of the space, but I'm going to yield the mic right now to Jimmy. Hopefully, I bring back Otuma. We're going to have an amazing long space today. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening to my little rant. As you're always on the platform, please share the space, like the space, retweet the space. Let the whole world know that the number one space on Twitter is up and running. And as usual, we are taking no prisoners. Good evening, my brother Jimmy. You're welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, oh Saddam. Thank you. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Violence Space. Let me just pick it up from where you stopped about the Chinese people. You see, I think a couple of years backward, we've been hearing news about Chinese bringing in workers to Nigeria to work and all that. Take it or leave it, they bring in their prisoners, people on death row in their country. They bring them down here to come and work, and they pay them well.
Jimmy, God bless you. Cook.
They pay them well. As a matter of fact, Sahara Report released a news last year, and they're actually trying to cover that news up till now. Hmm? And it says China opens police station in Nigeria city, over 20 other countries. They are strategically placing themselves in a way they can protect their investment. Is in Lagos. They are trying to now build something around it to make it look like their other embassy. Go and check it. It's there on the internet. And the reason why the news leaked was simply because they've done so in other African countries. And if you realize, there was a point in time they were complaining that at the rate China is lending Africa money, they know what they are looking for. These guys are investing. They will give you, and they know the leaders we have. They know we have greedy motherfuckers. They know we have bastards. They are greedy, and they keep giving them the money. They keep pumping in the money they need. They keep giving them the money they need just because they know at the point in time they will own it. They won't be able to pay, and they will use collateral to finish them. They will own properties. They will own lands in that country, and there is nothing anybody can do because the idiots, the bigots, the greedy bastards you guys have put in power, they've sold the nation without us knowing. It is not too late. It is not too late. And that's the reason why we die here on top of this mandate. We die now, here we go die. There is no back, there's no 2027. No fucking 2027. It is now or never. The Chinese people are all over the country. They're doing everything they're doing just to make sure the right time comes for them to take over the country, because they know these guys won't be able to pay back. They know every money these guys are not mad, they're not stupid. They see how that money enters, and they see how the money goes out, how they divert this money in hard currency back into their foreign accounts. They see all these things and they play along. Recently, sometimes last year, I'm not sure how many people heard about that news about a Chinese man that stabbed an Hausa woman to death. Where is he now? They don't release him again. Go and Google it. Go and find out. They will kill people like Suya in that country. They will just kill people anyhow because they believe they own the land. They believe they own the land and there is nothing anybody can do about it. They are going around buying countries. They are going around buying countries. And do you know why they are doing that? Couple of weeks ago, sometimes, was it last week or 2 weeks ago? I put up a post about an American guy from Harvard. He was speaking about 14-year-old guy. He was speaking about the potentials Africa has to become the best economy in the world. The amount of natural resources we have in that nation, in that continent. China has foreseen this, and that's the reason why they're going. That's the reason why they are going into Africa, not just Nigeria. Go and Google it. You see how many places the list of countries China has actually lent money. China has invested billions of dollars lending African leaders because they know they are greedy. They're not going to use the money to do
Jimmy,
because,
Jimmy, they have even taken over some people, some
of
countries.
course, all other countries. Exactly. They've taken over some other countries. They will tell them it will be on their own terms. They know they won't be able to pay back. They will tell them, okay, una airport is what the collateral. We'll just take your airport. Then they will change it to their own name or something. That is it. Slowly, that country is going to shit. And guess what? All the so-called leaders, all the ones where then they run now, all the ones where nothing say yes, infinity logo, our local, when are they do? When are they do? By the time everything land finish, they go base. They have their private jet to leave the country. It is you that is doing Yoruba Ronu. Yoruba Ronu. It is you doing Igbo people are your problem. Is it not better that you have a nationality of Nigeria buying property in Nigeria than an outsider to come to your land and buy something? But because of bigotry, tribalism, I'm talking to my Yoruba fellows. Tribalism has eaten the core of your heart. One idiot, they used this tweet to wake me up this morning. It took his time to he did like a family tree of Yorubas that are marrying Igbo people, and to himself it did the Igbo people like the most ugliest ones. See, when you are a bigot, you are a bigot. There is nothing you can do to change it. It's in the blood. It is in the blood. I don't blame him. It's the way it was raised, and it's what they've put into his head. It's what the narrative they've put into, they've made him known that these people are your problem. How do you think the Tutsi and the Hutu, how do you think their problem started? How do you think they started killing themselves? It was a genocide. And you guys are following that part. You are going through that part at which you self-destruct. But guess what? The Igbos are smarter. They are wiser. I'm saying this now loud and clear. We have about 1,000 or about 1,200 people here. If there is any tribe that will save that country, is the Igbo tribe. Go and write it down. I'm a Yoruba man speaking. If there is any tribe that will save that nation, that continent, because they've shown the skills of leadership, they've shown the skills of entrepreneurship. People come from Harvard to study how they actually train their apprentice, and they give them money to establish them. Professors from Harvard, they come to Nigeria to observe, and you are there saying, Omo Nani, Omo Iboni, Omo Na kill you there. If it's that Omo Na that will save your life for hospital bed, no make and save am. Kolon Torupo Jomona. If it's that one that will give you, that is his own blood, matches your own blood type because it's rare. So you, because it's someone now, and one other idiot was saying, they should start killing all Igbos because they are about to take over their land. They will teach them lessons. What they did during NSAS will not happen. And he is married to one Imo woman, and he will start from killing his own wife first. Are you listening to someone speak? It was on the social media. I tweeted about it. I tweeted about it. He wrote it there. that he will first kill his own wife. That is the level of hatred we are harboring in that country. That is the level of hate we have gotten to that part. And if you go and read your history very well, that was exactly what happened with the Tutsi and the Hutus. Right now, they have a memorial ground, a sign of remembrance to let them know what happened would never happen again. In fact, if you go there, you will never hear them mention Hutu or Tutsi anymore. If you do, they might just they will cost you out or probably just report you to the law enforcement. They don't want to hear it again because they know they have the mark of what happened. They knew how many people died. They knew how many souls they lost. And we are still here talking about this rubbish. Igbo Yoruba, Igbo Yoruba, Igbo Yoruba. Emurasi. Keep going. Obedient. Nelson Mandela said in 2001, it always seems impossible until it's done. Don't let anybody come on space and sweet talk you that, Obedient, I respect you guys. You guys are forced to reckon with. You guys are this, you guys are that. Hell no! When we were moving on, nobody believed in us. We believed in ourselves. Do not come and tell us our what. We know what we want. We don't need your affirmation. We don't need you to come and hype us. No, don't do that. And they've gotten a new set of people all over Twitter now. They're going on spaces. I call them renew opas. They will go on spaces. They will speak. They will commend the obedient. This is a very powerful movement. You guys just channel your energy towards next year. There is no 2027. It is now or never. We are getting our country back now. Oh, wait. You think, so after the court case, you guys should go back to the drawing board. There is no fucking drawing board. We did our assignment. Nice. We won that election. Clean. What are you going to the drawing board to do? To do what? To learn how not to be rigged? To learn how not to be bullied? To learn how not to be disenfranchised? Hell no. We won the election. And by the time you give them, okay, let them go, 2027, what do you think is going to happen? Oh, they'll just fold their hands and watch you guys build stronger, more than the way you are? No! They will suppress you. They will empower themselves. They will block Twitter. They will do every single thing to make sure they clamp the wings. They will make sure they do everything to make sure you guys don't come up again. Look, if we're taking our country back, it is now. I love what Saddam said earlier on. Judiciary is on trial. And someone came on the other space the other time, was saying, don't be too confrontational with the judges. Bros, the bank aye ti baje. Aye ti baje. You missed the last violence space. Ekpe, tsunami àbí la ń pè, hurricane àbí la orúkọ wo lẹ ń pè. Tsunami. Ekpe la fi sìn wá. All those Mansura, is it Sukura, or what's the name of those? I don't even care who you are. If you do anyhow, you go collect. What is the essence of your old age? Nigeria or that? For the past 60 years, you could shout at your elders, elders. Who elder help? Elder, who elder help? What kind of stupid old age is that? That the country is going to shit and you're calling yourself elder. The elders, they are the realness of that country. To hell with them. They've used all this seniority, all this don't talk to your elders like that. To bamboozle you, elders. It shall not be well with you. You've used your superiority, you've used your old age to kill that country. And you are requesting for respect. To hell with you. Nobody's going to respect you. You've put Nigeria in a place of no respect to the world. And you're demanding for respect. Look, if you like, do your job. If you like, not do your job. One thing is certain. We are taking our country back. You have two options. It's either you join the people, Come on, they go, woman, and no jaleti, and no down na choir, say that Colista uniform when they wear. What? You not go they run, we go they fly. I hear my badge. Oh my lady, taja. You guys are stupid. Nobody. Seriously, guys, it's not funny. These guys are the realness of that country. You are the realness of that country. Without stupid wig where they put for head. That thing where they smell. That thing where they smell like mad with their black uniform. You guys are stupid. You think Nigerians are here to just keep quiet? The reason why we are keeping quiet is simply because of the principle we have. I love the fact that you guys keep underestimating this man. I love it. I love it. Keep underestimating him. We like it that way. Oh my sucking. Hey, oh my sucking. Keep at it. INEC. There used to be NEC before, back in 1993, which is National Electoral Commission. And all of a sudden, they added I to it. The I stands for independent. There's nothing fucking independent about them. They are fucking thieves. They are corrupt as hell. INEC deliberately deleted Abuja's results, says the PDP witness today, just to clear their track. No wala. Oyinbo to ṣe pencil náà ló ṣe reza. And there's a reason why. Beavers, give us. You don't delete them, bring them. We have people that will pull it out. You guys think you are still operating typewriter? Like analog, like hologram. You guys think you're still working with typewriter? When we say all of now, when they do na law course, na typewriter they take teaching now. Under bridge, they must not type nonsense. It is different. It is a different ball game entirely now. It is a different ball game entirely now. The conformity experiment is working on a lot of people. It is working. I'm not going to lie to you. It is working on a lot of obedience. A lot of obedience. What did they call them? 114%. Let me read something to you guys. Senators, yearly allowance, 8.7 billion naira. House of Rep, 6.5 billion naira. On accommodation, 3.4 million naira. House of Rep, 2.98 million naira. At the end of the day, we have about 109 senators, 360 members of House of Reps. And in totality, this is besides the normal breakdown. In totality, they have wardrobe allowance, they have newspaper. Newspaper allowance, Jesus Christ. Newspaper allowance is about 200 and something thousand naira for House of Rep. And Jesus. Oh, no. 93 million naira newspaper allowance for senators. And 71 million naira per annum for House of Reps. Newspaper. Where they go end up take do bonds, where they will end up take rap akara. Newspaper. For one senator and for one House of Rep. Now, everything I just read now.
Do you not wonder why the media is corrupt?
Sure, you understand? Everything I just read now, the total is about 8 billion naira for senators and 7-point-something billion naira for House of Rep. Now, calculate it with the new 114% they've added to it. 114%. APC, teba wa mbi bayi, aye inti baje, ti ta. You know why? I will explain to you. Couple of you were in my DM recently asking for help. Ebi lo ma pa monomono ku, ebi ton pa monomono ku lo ma pa ya yin ku. Ebi ton pa monomono ku lo ma pa egbon yin ku àti ya yin. Seri, gbogbo yin leyo kokan, iya lo ma iya. Wọ́n ní ìyà kì í ṣomi ọbẹ̀ bàbá má jẹ́ ẹ má jìyà kú ni. Because when we were screaming, when we were talking about this, do not vote APC. Iyale Bambe. Wait, all the money you think they spent during campaign, how do you think they're gonna get their money back? How do you think they're gonna get their money back? Right now, they are proposing. Is it proposal safe or they've actually approved it? Electrifying Shaggy. Na electricity bill, it don't skyrocket. That is what I call electrifying Shaggy. Lójú méjèèjì. Ẹ̀jẹ̀yà títí wọ́n fi iná ìyà jó yín, iná tún gbé yín, iná ìyà tún gbé yín. Ẹ múra sí. You guys keep doing it. Keep doing it. Ẹ múra sí. Lastly, obedience. Especially we in diaspora. I want to say something. Uh, Personally, I've come to realize that a lot of um, a lot of people in Nigeria, a lot of people in Nigeria, they are feeling very, very comfortable. This is my own opinion. I beg, if we can just stop sending money to people back home. You see, the 2k, 5k you are sending to people, they are feeling comfortable. Honestly speaking, the 2,000 you are sending, the 5,000 you are sending, they are feeling very, very comfortable. When you don't send money back home, when you leave people to just be, and they don't have any other way to go about it, nobody will tell them before they do the right thing. We still spoke about this whole protest or no protest thing. When the time is right, it will happen, but not now. But you see, people now having this sense of entitlement. Sense of entitlement. Say you have to send me something. During the whole electionary period, a lot of us, we were kind to people. We were very, very kind to people. But it's like they've turned it into a by force, by fire thing now. No, please, don't do that. I beg, don't do that. It is not mandatory for anybody to send you anything. And that's the reason why I'm calling on diasporas. Don't send money to people. When it gets to the right time, nobody will tell them to come out. Because by the time you start sending 2,000, 5,000, when the time reaches to come out, be like, if I don't get 2,000 by credit, I go do okay. If there is nothing for you to fall back on, nobody will tell you to go out. Nobody will tell you to go outside and do the right thing. We call to support people in Nigeria because we have the decision-making skills. We are not leaders. We just say what we think is right for people. We don't consider ourselves leaders, even though a lot of people look up to us. We don't consider ourselves that way. So, guys, please, let us respect that boundary. Nobody is owing you money. You don't work for anybody hand. Let us respect that boundary. Consider that a public service announcement, by the way. But that being said, welcome to another Vawulence space today. It's a beautiful one. Today is Thursday. We have our Vawulence space on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Always a good platform for. I mean, this is for newcomers, people just joining for the first time. A great platform for you to speak your mind and listen to facts and figures. Huh? Waiting you can't say to people on other spaces, you go come talk and hear. We don't come in here to plan how to get rid of anybody, to kill anybody. We're not doing that. We are here. We're speaking against the superpowers, speaking against the status quo, and we say it the way it is. We're not hiding to it. We're not taking out of it. We speak nothing but the facts, and we're fearless to the status quo because we are here to take them out of power. Their time is up. Thank you, guys. We still have Otumba and well-meaning Nigeria to speak, and afterwards we can do the whole roll call. Thank you for listening to me. Back to you now, Sudan.
Thank you very much, my brother Jimmy. It's always a pleasure having you up here. Thank you. Otumba came with his horse also. When Nigeria come for night shift. He does morning shift on the 1 million man mark. Thank you guys for always coming. It's always a pleasure having you guys on the platform. We will Essence will
Yeah,
be here soon.
my name is Lambert.
Please, Lambert, off your mic. Nobody called you to speak, sir. Sorry. Is it your first time on Twitter Spaces? Please, I don't know what happened, but please, Lambert, if you can come back up, please. We'll call you to speak if it gets to you. Yeah, thank you. All right, guys, we're about to move on with the conversation. I don't know, Otumba, if you're ready to speak, let us know. Well, me Nigeria, you guys are
Yeah,
always
let
welcome to
women go
participate.
first, please.
All right, but before we go on, I want to remind Nigeria something. I'm like, we have. I want to go back to the seaport because people don't understand this. This seaport, China for the next 45 years. Tinubu sold Lagos seaport to China for 45 years. If you're following Tinubu real age, his real age, he's like 86 years. His football age, he's 70 something years. By 45 years' time from now, Tinubu is dead and gone. This is not me wishing him dead. Let's say he lives highest in 100 years. 110. Tinubu cannot reach his 130. But he has sold the future of his children to the Chinese. That is the reality of what we have today as a country. Welcome, Wembley, Nigeria. You can join the conversation right now, my brother. How you doing? I was on your space today, and it was amazing. You know, I just did walk, just to hear everything. So people say, "Someone calls me." I said, "I know this speaker. I did walk. Oh, make I call you waiting happen." You know, and amazing submission. I think today, enter my DM, tell me say people they para, people they para. So, so today today is sweet. So
Omo,
please, you can
see,
come in from that angle and continue the conversation. Thank you, my brother.
all I want to do is dance. See, as in, I mean, welcome, like, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Emir Saddam. Good evening, Otumba. Good evening, Jimmy, Mommy Bolanle. Everybody, I know Jimmy will do the roll call later. Good evening, everybody. I mean, I know a couple of us here were together earlier, and I just did laugh. As in, I don't know first. Anyway, first of all, let me start with this 114% salary increase. Oh my, as in, APC, I think APC is, they are a demonic party, but they are a very, very dull demonic party. I mean, I know even the devil can be sometimes smart, but APC is a very dull version. So I think the devil will dissociate himself. I'm like, man, you guys are so dull, man. What's wrong with you people? I mean, it's okay if you want to be a smart devil, but you are so dull. I mean, I was just looking at you like this evening. Meanwhile, let me quickly announce to the house that we have a new Liar Mohammed that they did not cook very well. He was not well prepared for this lying job. So his lying is not going well. And that's Delia Alake. Or Alake Delia. His name is not Dele, his name is Delia.
That man will get mouth odor.
See, as in, I'm just looking at I think APC have not yet realized. That's the problem. The problem is that they have failed to realize that this is a different Nigeria now that they're having to deal with. And they've not come to terms with the fact that I think they know that they don't win the election, but they are still in denial. So they are trying to convince themselves. I mean, how would this morning, is it this morning or be yesterday night, somebody from the agency that championed the salary increase, which is a Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, ROMAFC, was on TV trying to defend the increase, like trying to say, "Oh, we've increased salary of people before now. Let's just increase for only president and politicians. We've not increased their salary for some time now. Okay, let's just increase their own." As a very dull set of people. I don't understand what he thought he was doing. And they will be like, you can just silently steal your money while it lasts, at least within a couple of weeks, and just rest. But you also want to feel like you need to put it in Nigerian spaces that I want to formalize so that I can steal extra. As I was just looking at it, he was trying to cover it up. It was so funny for me this evening when I was seeing on the timeline. I've not even bothered to go. When I was seeing on the timeline that Delia Alake was was trying to say no, they did not approve anything. So now, who is lying? Who is lying? Because if an agency of the federal government have already started or have already come to defend it that they had good reason for doing it, you are coming today and saying no. You are. So for me, I don't think APC should get used to the fact that they will soon be returning back to opposition, and maybe I don't know. Maybe by then their eye will clear. Maybe I think that's probably. I don't know if they are good at being opposition. I think because for me the kind of opposition they do is very demonic. They do juju and everything for their own kind of opposition. So for me, I just think it's playing on Nigerians' intelligence. If you are in Nigerian and APC is still playing on your intelligence, I pity for you. As if you are in Nigeria now and currently APC is still playing you. Omo, you need help. So I won't even lie to you. Like if what APC is doing now is still making you feel like, oh, these guys are these guys are there. Oh, what are they doing? See, you need help, I swear. Because I just look at what they are doing and I'm like, funny set of fellas, very funny set of people. So that's for that. I mean, for the PEPT recap, I think today, you know what about this our PEPT case is that every day seems to be best days. Of course, a couple of days recently, because of the way it usually ended, which was part of what our lawyers needed to establish. I mean, sometimes, if you look in retrospect, like you are now here and you now look back, you now be seeing, okay, like Mr. Maxwell said it today when on the 1 million Max that now the dots are connecting. As in, everything, all the dots are connecting. You will now begin to picture that these people, they didn't come to play. They didn't come to play. And it's quite unfortunate that I think a lot of people have not followed the PEPT very closely. If you follow PEPT very closely, you would understand where some of us that feel unperturbed are coming from. To be honest, it's not being insensitive. So sometimes when you are saying something, and I mean, some people come to my DM and say something, and I don't know if they are annoyed. I mean, I'm not very rude, so I'm not rude, not like I'm not very rude. So I try to just laugh it off, like I then forget this one. See if it's I just just forget this. So if you see me doing that, like if you're one of those people relate to my DM, it's really because I know in my head, like some of these things, it don't dey head already. It's inside his head. As in, I just look, for me, the judiciary is in a position to confirm what we already know. So it's not as if the judiciary is in a position to tell us something we don't know or something. They are really just in a position to confirm what we already know. So the problem will now be, will they for some reason do that or not? And like I was saying today, and I think that I was saying it earlier, for me, I really do, at this point, I don't have any. Okay, I want the outcome, so people don't get me wrong. But I think I'm kind of just looking at the judiciary like, how are you people going to do this? I don't think people understand how LP has stretched that case. LP has taken it out of. See, you need to understand that before you know. I think it was just yesterday on Mindset Space. Some people were just talking. Some people just come and talk with so much ignorance, but with so much confidence. As in, the ignorance, I go dey my phone, you go dey smell for my phone. So much ignorance, but they will come with so much confidence. As in, if you know half of, just go and read on your own. You don't even need to. I'm not saying go and read. I know yesterday somebody was telling after the Mindset Space. Barrister Henry was telling me that after that submission I need to get. I was like, see, I'm not gonna lie you. The only law I know now related to election process. I don't know any other law, any other thing. But this election one like this, we don't go read and finish. So we know what the judiciary should do. It's where the confidence is coming from for some of us. I don't trust the judiciary. As a matter of fact, when I talk to people, I usually tell them that I don't really care. I don't care about what they want to do. But my own is that let me push, like I'm going to add my own effort to ensure that I used to say it like this, that Peter Obi's job is to overwhelm them with evidence. Peter Obi and his legal team and Labour Party, their own job is to overwhelm the judiciary with evidence, then my own job as a person, which I think every other person should also adopt to, is to make sure that I draw public eyes to the judiciary, like literally tapping people, come and see it. See what come and see. That's now. So I'm not really interested. Some people think I made a tweet yesterday that I know some people like this thing of, oh, I was right, I'm not interested if you were right. I'm not interested in the outcome. Like, how would I put it now? I'm interested in the outcome, but it's not my concern. So I'm not thinking, oh, all these things that I have tendered now, is it enough? With the judiciary, oh, let's still do more now. Let's still do more. If you want to do it like that, and believe me, there will never be anything that will be enough. So what I can tell you for sure is that if the judiciary want to sell out, there will be no amount of evidence in this world that will stop them from selling out. But the truth is, this evidence in their front that they have, even if they sell out, even Mahmoud Yakubu go shock. Say, my own not reach like this. Like Mahmoud Yakubu will start feeling like a saint. Like, my own only election they just conduct. I just declare this all like say I don't know what happened. But these people, with this evidence for their front, even he will be surprised. So that's why I just sit back, and it's almost as if every day, like today, somebody was saying today is their best day in court. I was like, we said that some 2 days back. That 2 days, that's what we were saying it 2 days back. It was the last 2 days was our best day. The other day was our best day. So almost every day is like a best day. The day we had a WS expert in court, it was the best day in court. The day we had professor, it was the best day. The day we had software engineer, it was another best day. So, but today was, because today is the nearest, or at least is the most recent one, everybody kind of focuses on that. So for me, I was so, if you've not read, it's still in my front. If you've not read the cross-examination of that cyber security expert, please, go and read it. Go and read it. There were some points, I'll just give you highlights. There were some points that tickled my... I think Saddam was there, maybe a couple of players were there. I couldn't control my gestures on the space. I was not 4 minutes. From the beginning of his cross-examination, the beginning, imagine a lawyer was telling someone that, there's no requirement for INEC to follow ISO, whatever. And when the guy answered confidently, even me, I said, guy, you sure? Now, lawyer, they tell you this thing, no. Are you sure? Please, are you sure? And lo and behold, I went online. All I needed to just Google was NITDA ISO 27001. And I saw the NITDA guidance requirement. And I just, on the document, I didn't read everything. Some of us are searching with the file. I just did, on the PDF document, I just did Control F, find. I just typed 27001. And it just took me to where that document specifically said that it's a requirement. I was like, oh, APC lawyer, no law. APC, after they said yesterday that they needed to go and study overnight to come and interrogate the person this morning, they went home, study overnight. They didn't still get it. So, if you will go further, there was a point where, oh God, when they told you the number of polling units in Nigeria, and the guy was approximating, like, the lawyer said, oh, you know, we have over about 170,000 polling units in Nigeria. Baba told him, to be precise, we have 176,000, and he called the exact number. But hey, God, I just say, I mean, at that point, if you go and read Sarah's updates, because maybe if you use my update, you may feel like it's just official. Go and read Sarah's update. Sarah used to add the gestures of the court when the court was saying yes. Everybody, it used to add the gestures of people that are in court. So you probably feel what the courtroom is like. So for me, I can't say this enough. Peter Obi's team, the legal team, they are on the right course. I mean, the dot is adding. After that, they brought the director of legal services at NITDA. It's not like say they just want to finish APC. I don't know how many of you saw it today. APC, it was APC lawyer that got to a point and say, some people say it's a joke, but I don't know which kind of joke is that. That got to a point and said, I am angry, I'm not asking you any question again. After the guy had given him one answer. And the guy was like, if you say that something, the guy was like, that would be very good. I'm excited. Not because I know for sure, like I can come and tell you now, but because I know Peter Obi is doing the right thing, he's bringing out so much evidence, the judiciary will be damned. And they will be setting Nigeria up for flames if they make any wrong move in this particular judgment. So I really just want to tell everybody that we are on the right course. Please, as much as possible. In fact, today, Sarabia, I say one of your Wala record singer, because somebody came on this place and suggested that we need to release a song about judiciary, and he just said, I was like, this makes sense. Please.
Salam,
Yeah.
all your 25 million artists, which of them you go?
No,
So,
they're in the studio now. They're in the studio.
Or they go do joints, that joints,
Nah,
joint album.
Wala
we
record.
get with the best collaboration album when they come out. Please, you guys should patronize us when it comes out. If I don't buy,
Wala record, please, guys. Wala record artist, I beg. Even if you release song, I do make una release song. Thank God, say Sadaf soon at this studio. So please, I want to beg everybody. Let's keep doing what we are doing. We'll be back in court tomorrow by 3 p.m. And just as I round up, I want to tell you, we are gradually getting close. Some people may not know this. Today is the 94th day out of the 180 days. So we've even crossed the halfway mark. So basically, we have about 86 days remaining. And like I said the last time, it's not as if they will even use that entire 86 days. So it depends on the judges. If they follow the current schedule that they have, they'll probably have the judgment probably in the next 30 days, or with the current schedule, maybe in the next 30, 50 days. I don't want to put any particular number. So they might not use that entire 80-something days. So we are moving, we are making progress. So all those people that used to tell you, 3 years, like that junkie that was on that was taught in the name of comedy was saying 8 years. That's the ignorance is oozing in the brain of many people. As in
with
ignorance is
confidence,
too much.
with confidence.
As if with confidence, he will stay in the court for 8 years. I was like, you don't know nothing. Ignorance. You don't know nothing. Everybody knows now, at least most people know now, that this case cannot go beyond 180 days. And after the judgment is given, which might not be up to 180 days, from the day the judgment is given, the Supreme Court will have 60 days to appeal it. From the day the judgment was given, they will have 60 days to appeal it. So that's why some time back when I did that calculation, I said, worst case scenario, let's even imagine that, Appeal Court used the entire 180 days, and Supreme Court used the entire 60 days that they have. This case will not be more than November, but it will not even get to that because it is way too glaring, and the court has no choice. So I really want to encourage everybody. All you have to do is ensure you keep your hopes up and keep doing your own part, passing the message across. People are thinking about doing aprons. People are thinking about doing b-ball. Like I just said, people are thinking about releasing a song. What's you? What are you thinking about doing? Some people are sharing it on WhatsApp broadcasts, WhatsApp pages, WhatsApp groups. Some people are doing it on Facebook. Some people are doing it on Instagram. It will be so I don't know. I want to say it will be so unright. It will be so wrong and unright if you are just here, just listening, and all you want to do is discourage. Like all you want to do is self-sabotage. I want to say, no, I don't think it's possible. Nobody say trust the judiciary. Don't trust the judiciary. Just overwhelm them with evidence. At this point, China SeaPort, I don't want to talk about China SeaPort. Make new people they deal with China SeaPort. I wish them all the best of luck. By the time they don't they container, they don't they ship, they go China, they go no say this one not be China not they play with anybody when it comes to contract. All right, so now over to you.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. Amazing, wonderful submission as usual. I was just before you came on the space, I was just talking about how you dismantled that clown yesterday on Mindset Space. Oh, it was a joy to my heart. I said, education no be scam. You see, education no be scam. Please send your children to school. Let them stay in school. Please, and monitor them. Education is not scam, as people like Bola Tinubu is trying to portray. Filling his government and filling people around him with criminals, giving exalted position to criminals. With such people in power, I say Nigeria goodbye. So that's why we have only one thing to do to take back our mandate. Because when you have criminals and terrorists like Asari Dokubo, when you have I don't know if you guys saw a video. A very big video came out this week, 2 days ago, and I'm sure we just passed under the radar. I think only parallel fans that took that news of an alleged Boko Haram member that has never in his life, he has been saying this, Boko Haram are for forest in the state. All his life are forest in the state. They are so rock. They dance with Kashim Shetima. They shout jihad, jihad, jihad. I think, did you guys watch that video? Jimmy posted it also. I'm going to find out video and put it up for you guys for you to see. These are the people at the corridor of power. There is trouble in that country. Oh, make guys, more than nothing say now. There is only one thing that can be done is to take back our country. There is nothing, any other thing will happen. Now say Nigeria is au revoir. Goodbye. Otumba, if your hands are not painful, if you're free right now, my brother, you can come in. So we can now open up the space for people to react to the conversation. My brother, good evening. How are you doing today?
Good evening, my brother. Sorry for apologies for coming late, man. What booked me for neck? Ain't no easy, but um, I was listening to some of the space on the PEPT. Then I had a conversation with Saddam before I knew, okay, oh, this is the person. See, what today? I mean, not even today. This week, last week, this week has been hell for APC. It's been hell. Whether, and I'm shocked to say this, whether it's the PDP angle or the LP angle, and then to add Pepe to the matter, the GRV case also. Oh, I saw that one. I was like, hey, they don't find anchor put for Sanwo-Olu leg. See, PDP is so useless. No. So for the first four years, PDP could not do research and find out that this deputy governor. Okay, me, for example, one of the reasons why I usually say I can't run for office in Nigeria is because when I took my oath of allegiance, I had to denounce and renounce my citizenship of Nigeria. I had to. So it's like, I can't now come around and say I want to run for office in Nigeria. That's really, I can't, because I know publicly on record, I openly denounced my citizenship. Like, I left it, I told them to take my green pally and bye-bye. So, green passport and bye-bye. So, that one already got me like, okay, wow, this is what's going on. See, the problem is, in the past, and I was listening to that Akporoko's joke, which was distasteful, is some of it to me is ignorance. It's the way people have always followed. I've never followed an election tribunal. I think the only one I've followed, even before this one, was maybe the Adeleke one. Briefly. But I followed one too when I was in Lautech, Aregbesola and Oyinlola, because I had a guy that used to tell me, no, APC, they went, I think it was AC. Is it AC or ACN back then? Oh, they brought forensic analysts. They are requested for ballot papers. So the guy who I was in school then, the guy used to tell me he was an APC guy. And he used to tell me this is what they were doing. And I used to just laugh. I'm like, seriously, you can go to court and win like that? And he was just telling me, no, they have this person, That I just watch. And it came to pass. So, man, I'm so, when we came on Tuesday, and we took the position we took. Some people felt like, I got message like, are you guys privy to information other people don't? I was like, no, we are following the case. Now, yes, there's some information, yes, but we're following the case and we're seeing the trajectory of the case. And we understand, the ups and downs, the airflow. Okay, it's up and down. But we know there's an end game, and we trust those that are running, those that are our legal team that's running the cases. So that's where the confidence is coming from. It's not coming from the courts. It's coming from the people that are representing us. The amount of evidences, the work they've put into it. But where I really want to touch on, not even the salary, is this China SeaPort. I don't know whether we'll do one full space on this whole using the modal immigrants, where it happened in the US, where I think in the 60s and 70s, it happened. No, right after the end of slavery, where they and people that understand history can dig in this. There was a point where you know how the US started, and it was slave work, and they built plantations, and slaves built a lot of things of main infrastructure in the US for free. But then slavery ended, and they needed to go outsource or find cheaper labor to come in. Guess where they went to? They went to the West. They went to the Chinese. And if you go and look at the railway along the west coast of the US, or, connecting, California to the west, to Colorado, and it was built by the Chinese. And the US allowed a lot of them come in, and Indians, and a lot of them came in because they were seen as model immigrants, in the sense of where, okay, since we've used these black folks for years without paying them a dime, you say you should not kill them as slave. Okay, bye-bye. We'll go and get you cheaper labor. See, I wish the Lagos, it's deeper than that, but just Google how model immigrants and what the US also did in bringing in people from Southeast Asia or Asia to replace black folks here. This is what Lagos state government is toying with, which they don't understand. See, you have people from Southeastern extraction that have built lives in Lagos, built businesses, built houses, built businesses, married, intermarried, investing money in the state. Not take out taxes, so investing money in the state itself, whether it's by buying multiple commercial properties, whatever you can think of it. Worst case scenario, even if they move some of that capital or some of the money, they still keep the money within the country. So let's say, okay, you own a business and you're from Saddam owns a business in Lagos and he's from Anambra and decides, okay, you know what? Some of the profit of my business, I don't want to keep it in Lagos. Most likely, he's still going to keep that profit in Nigeria. So the country at large is still benefiting, regardless of how you dice it. Whether Saddam decides to say, you know what, every profit I make in Lagos, I'm sending it back to I'm going to be spending the money in Anambra. That money is still circulating in the Nigeria economy. See, the difference with the Chinese is when you bring those people in is when they pull money out, that money doesn't stay in the country. That money goes to their country. So all the benefits, the multiplication of that money, you don't get the benefits. I don't even want to go into the predatory act, and please just Google what Chinese did to Sri Lanka or Zambia. The things they did to them, the way they take over. Yeah, you work. So that's that. I also was it a couple of weeks ago or months ago reading how China is opening police stations in Nigeria. Like I don't know, Saddam, is that true? Yeah, I've read there are stories there where say Chinese are opening police stations in Nigeria where they can basically
I think
get
in Kano.
yeah. So this they are playing with fire. Like you said, see, the worst Yorubas will do, the idiots, the APC idiots will do is to call Igbos, call people all sorts of names, burn businesses. See, the Chinese would not stand for that. Those ones, first of all, one of their states generates more money than the entire country itself. Two, do you no dime of Chinese money that comes to Nigeria, believe me, doesn't get an eye of the or that leaves China doesn't get an eye from the Chinese government itself. See, you think the money just comes from they're billionaires, but study what they did to Jack Ma, Alibaba. If you think the Chinese government is not involved in every single Chinese business, man, you're sitting on a long time. When I mean involvement, I'm not saying that they're collecting taxes from them. I'm saying the level of communism they hold, like the way they run things. Yeah, they have billionaires, but China can blink to that and tell a billionaire, man, you're done, and he's done. Like what it is with Jack Ma. The US is different, other countries is different. So the Chinese government is also involved in those money that are coming to the country to come and spend. See, when what the Bola Tinubu and Co, what they are doing with this whole Alaba International is sad, but the repercussions. I wish someone can warn them, like, okay, hey, you guys, you can use your Yoruba Rodu to say XYZ to the Southeasterners, but these people, they're not. Hey, the paper they will show you, the paper they will show you. Just read upon Zambia, Sri Lanka, what they do. You will wake up one day and Lagos LTV television will change his name to a Mandarin name, or your when you drive by a toll gate, they'll have renamed one of your roads to a Chinese name. Those ones don't send you. If they have to occupy government house outside Kenya, they will do it. Like, see, they don't send you. They have the army, they have the money, they have the budget, they have the technology to do whatever they want to do. Full on surveillance state. So I just laugh. You want to replace people that have for decades and centuries been doing business just because of your tribalistic bullshit, and you want to go and bring in people that, hey, you know, some people say the flaw of the Southeasterners is that they assimilate, they accommodating. A Chinese man will not speak Yoruba with you. An Igbo man will learn Yoruba. An Igbo man will still marry your kids. Let his kids marry your kids. Chinese will not learn your language. They won't do none of that. That money, that profit that they make, it won't stay in the country. They will send it back to where it's coming from. But as usual, these people don't have sense. Um, but let me yield for now. I know we're way past time for speakers. I'll come back. This is I really want to engage on that China seaport. It's a very much deeper conversation. Salam, back to you.
Thank you very much. But I think that we might probably have a space on China and the acquisitions across Nigeria or across Africa.
In
For
Africa,
example,
yes, this the Silk Road, the way China is what they're doing with the Silk Road, you know.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy what how I made my submission. I said what these guys don't understand is that you can run your way around Igbos, Hausas, and all the other tribes, but you see Chinese. Hi, go and verify. These are Chinese will say, Peter, I'll be blessed and then learn them. Go and verify. Go and verify. Just go and verify. You will suffer. Or money, if you just or money, they don't carry cutlass come on your throat. Leg, before you land that leg, you're a hellfire because you cannot go to heaven first for being a bigot. You cannot. So just
I said,
but
just tell anybody. So I used to live in Ikorodu. I live in Ikorodu, and there used to be these textile factories, a bunch of them. You see that Ikorodu Shagamu, and see, go and talk to anybody that's worked in a Chinese factory.
that's
Just have
slavery
a
now,
con-
bro. That's slavery. Jimmy said something here. He said the people that they bring from China are people. Please, not China is so
in the
populated.
US, yeah, in the US, yeah. See, there are so many stories and reports where when they bring them in, they keep their passports. Where if you go, there are some Chinese restaurants where we say if you go there Monday to Sunday, it's the same person you will see from morning till night. And I used to wonder like, yeah, this person knows to take break. See, folks that attend that eat that go to Chinese restaurants a lot, especially in the US, yeah. Just think about if you have a particular one you used to go to, or if you've not paid attention, just pay attention to the staff there. Go there maybe multiple times a week. And just pay attention. You can even stagger the times. Maybe go in the morning, go in the evening. You will see the same person. I just wonder, if we need to take off, Monday to Sunday, he runs that way. Bell to bell, close to close. The English language you understand is welcome, sweetie, Coke, Pepsi. I'm not trying to make fun of them, but this is factual. I love Chinese food. So it's the same. They don't assimilate. They don't. They don't. Now, if they're willing to do that to their own people, now think of what they would do to a bloody Nigerian. Chinese will say when I used to have an uncle that used to work for one of those textile companies. He used to say once they resume their shift, some of them have to wear diapers because it was bad then. Once they lock the door, there's no bathroom break. Oh. If it's 10-hour, 12-hour shift, that's how you're working till. Well, so now I'm back to you.
All right, thank you very much, my brother. Let us go up with the conversation. Guys, thank you for your time and for your patience. We're on the violence space and it's going to be an amazing space. Hopefully, we'll be taking comments on the comment section. Somebody just went in the comment section and said, Google Chinese Silk Road. Google Chinese Silk Road for the Abado people because they don't go to, you guys, they don't go to school. Probably they bought for all of you Chinese phones and told you, all of you, oh yeah, go enter internet. And go enter internet and come so you guys don't understand what we're saying here. But tell people that can use phones in your homes and your houses and your friends, tell them, please, what is Chinese Silk Road? And read more. Because as it stands now, Tinubu have sold you after his death for 45 years because he will die and be wherever he is. And you will still be serving the Chinese. That's the unfortunate part you guys chose. But we'll be here to remind you guys. Welcome to the violence space, my people. I'm going to start with the lady as usual in the spirit of justice, equity, and fairness, and gender equality and gender balance. Yes. So I'm going to start with my mommy, the only lady up here. Women, request the mic because I want to see our ladies speak. Today is not there's no anger. So everybody's just chilling today. Request the mic. It's been a great day for us. It's been a great week for us in the tribunal. So I think we'll have that discussion here. Mommy Bolale, if your voice is not penning you, Mommy, good evening. How are you doing tonight?
Good evening. I'm okay, thank you. I'm alright. How are you? Otumba, 1 million Nigerian, and everyone else on the space. Um, let me start from where my blood pressure will not begin to rise first. Right, the PEPT recap. fantastic. I mean, I was listening to the space from the start today, but when I really wanted to speak, when somebody came in and was like, 2027, I was like, shit, I'm in a meeting. I can't even request the mic, but, it's always a joy to see that the quality that is fit will be it's not just that it transcends into his legal team and also his all the witnesses. It's like at one point I'm in the meeting, they must have been reading out because these two, one meaning, and I think it was where me today were doing their normal role play, and they were reading out something, and I'm in this meeting, and I burst out laughing. They were like, "Oh, did we say something funny?" I was like, "Oh my god, I better be quiet." And it was simply the fact that this guy, this witness, the cyber security guy, was so good. At a point, it seemed like he was the one doing the interrogation. It was like he was not giving them an edge. I mean, it's like if you think about all the witnesses, you could see that clearly that they are not, they're people who know their onions, and we're not going to give an edge, an inch, and they didn't, and they gave good account of themselves. I liked the subpoena that the that guy that came and said he got the subpoena this morning. I'm like, oh, but a bit of drama in the courtroom, that was interesting as well. So it's if you've been following, you can see the building blocks of the case being stacked one on top of the other. And by the time I dare say, by the time we rest our case, we would have built a house of, where it will show clearly, that Peter will be one, and the rest of it is whatever INEC is doing. People need to go to jail. It's not enough that we get back our mandate. I think they need to start punishing people, because the audacity of these people, it's beyond the pale, and there has to be consequences. So that said, the 114% salary increased, the proposed one that they're now saying, oh, no, 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 no. I woke up to Rufai and Benny Dipo. Rufai is I love the man, because when he starts coming for you, he finished him off, because I'm like, they're saying it's fake news, but beyond that, I mean, I love the drama of that, but beyond that, Nigeria has the lowest minimum wage. Now, let me say it again. Nigeria has the lowest minimum wage in the world. And I'm like, the audacity of these people, in a country where we have 33% unemployment, or official rates. I'm sure it's higher than that, right? We have 133 million people, not just in poverty, extreme poverty, in and they have the audacity to even be thinking, even if there was even if the review has been going on before the president select, right? These people are evil. They don't care about the common man, because how is it that they feel that, okay, with people suffering, right? It wasn't enough that you just cut subsidy with nothing to cushion the effects, right?
Bombalande, do you know why?
Mm,
Do you know why? Do you know why they don't care?
go on.
If they got votes from people, if they actually spent their campaign talking to people, everyday people, like Pio did, and visiting people, and remember when Pio told the story of the lady that could not get a oven, and actually mingle with the people and get close to the people. Even if you've been reviewing that thing for months before you came, the fact you not even let it come out at all. Like, wait, what? Are you blind to what's going on? Like, have you seen my mother-in-law was complaining of buying pepper worth 63,000 and it wasn't up to a bucket. And I was like, and she was trying to explain to me what she would last spent 3 months or 2 months ago to buy that same pepper. And I was like, wow. Because sometimes, Naira, trying to do the calculation in my head of what 20,000 Naira will buy for you, sometimes it's hard for me. But so she used the bucket as an example. If these people were actually connected to actual real people and not the criminals they have surrounded by them, even if someone floated that up, they will have shot that person down and screamed on top of their lungs. But because they didn't get votes from people, they are not connected. It's only the amount of money they spent, and that's what they want to recover. That's why they don't give a damn. And now they're trying to spin it as if, oh, because what they will do, they will say Bola Tinubu cancels it. Because no, when they already let the they already let the cookie out of the jar, it's already escaped. You don't want to play as if, oh no, after our review, we're going to cancel it. But continue, man.
Right. So yeah, no, so and I kept on thinking to myself that these people are just pure evil, heartless bastards. Because yeah, we're talking about a 30,000 naira minimum wage. Right, but what of those people that don't even earn that? Right, not everyone is a civil servant, right, or works in an office. What of that guy that will help you carry your load to your car? How much does he make? Or that person that will come and sweep your office or your home or whatever. The people for whom there are no records about whether they are employed or unemployed. Those ones, right? And it's like I'm just like these people mad. It's just mad. Yeah, and it was amazing how they came out after our principal sold the thread for them quickly. Delia like I came out and I was like, you see, look at these bastards trying it on. And with that aside, you see this China SeaPort thing. I've tried to not get emotional about it, right? Of all the employers in the world, Chinese man, they're as wicked as they come. And we already see examples of that across Nigeria, well, across Africa. And for me, it is not just a length of time in which they've sold something, right? It's the fact that they said money, they said money that caused this agreement to be in place. They would have spent the money, and it would not have benefited anybody in Lagos State. And it just frustrates me that there's a section of my tribe, the Yoruba Ronu idiots, right, who will continue thinking, this is fantastic. And I'm like, come, it won't touch me. It won't touch my family, right? We are not the ones that are gonna suffer. You lot are, right? If you think about it, when before Nigeria existed, Lagos was the way it was administered was very different from the way they administered the southern and the northern protectorates, right? So it's like, even if you look at the period where they've administered Lagos, right? Even then, it was not like this. They literally, this is bringing, they want to make Lagos a colony, and it will not be like the colony it was back in the 1800s or the 1700s, or as far back as when they conquered Lagos and all the rest of it. Nah, we're talking about they will make it colony 2.0, right? So if you put together all of the slave trades, be it the transatlantic, be it the Middle East, it's like but then people are still singing their praises, and it's just sad. It's really, really, really sad that after he has sold, as Saddam said earlier on, after he had literally sold Lagos, grabbed our lands, right, given it to the Lebanese, his cronies, and everything else. It is now the Chinese. Anyway, your barrio, your no people continue rolling. We're here. We're here. We'll witness what will happen. All right, that's me done. I yield the mic.
Thank you very much, Omi. Thank you. Guys, I'm getting complaints that people cannot fetch the space. I don't know if it's from Twitter. I don't know. I don't understand whether it's being reported or something. But people at my DM saying they cannot get back to the space. Even Jimmy got off and can't find his way back here. So please, the space also streaming on YouTube and Facebook for now. So you can help us tweet out people to understand that we are on YouTube and Facebook right now. You can just go on the Vawulence piece and join us the conversation from there. Hopefully, the Twitter glitch gets fixed up and they can all join back again. All right, welcome in Nigeria. I don't know if you want to come in, but before that, let's take Ola. Wemley, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right,
So
please
okay,
check your DM.
so we can take speakers from here, yeah.
Yeah, please. I think
okay.
Oladipo starts first, then we go in that order.
All right, okay. All right, Oladipo, are you there?
Good evening. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Saddam, I greet you. The wisdom God has bestowed upon you will not grow dim, and God will continually lift you guys up. Otumba, I treasure you guys. Thank you for all what you do. I greet everyone, well-meaning. Just because you guys have been involved in Nigeria's issue and you are dedicated to progress in Nigeria, everything in your life will continually progress. I'm sorry for the people on this space that do not understand Yoruba. I am going to seriously speak in Yoruba tonight, and I have a reason for that. I am sad that we have gotten to this point. Only nígbà tá a bá fogún ọdún pilẹ̀ wèrè, ìjọ wo gan la fẹ́ bọ́ sọ́jà?
I cannot translate it for you, bro. Translate it.
As in, you used like 20 years to prepare to be a madman. When did you want to even enter the market? Because when you have spent 20 years to prepare to be a madman, you see, it is sad each time I think about the fact that we were not hoodwinked. Our brains were not used. People are, for you to be on Twitter, you have to be somewhat educated level. Somewhat educated. And people kept supporting this failure. I call this administration a failure. Ojú tó máa bá ní kalẹ̀ ìtààrọ̀ ṣe pin. Because I don't understand how someone will claim that they have love for you, will claim that they are concerned about you, will claim that they are here to work for you. And the first thing these calamity people that will never do well till they die did is to increase their salaries. And you are still there shouting that they are for you. Let me tell you something. As long as these people did not get to this power peacefully, there will be no peace in their lives. Because you see, it doesn't make any sense. I was somewhere today and I was weeping for my country. A government school, a federal government school does not even, you see, if I mention the name of that school here, a lot of you would definitely be past students from that school. Federal Government College, Odogbolu, was an eyesore today. An eyesore. We went there to try and install a borehole for them. They don't have running water in their toilets. A federal government school. And you are here and pariwo tẹ̀lé politician tí ò lórí pípé. Àwọn tó jẹ́ pé ajá alé yín ó bẹ́tà wọn. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ronú. Rọ̀ lọ́fà. Ẹ̀dídì ọ̀pẹ ẹgbẹ́nu sókè. Do you think that the monies that this foolish set of demonic people spent, they will not first get their money back? You think they are for you? How can they be for you? Despite we know that Nigerian lawmakers are the highest paid in the world. And they are over 114%. And you are here telling me that we don't know what we are talking about. Èmi wà ní ṣépè fún yín o. Ṣùgbọ́n ìyà ìṣẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ ti fi ṣe omi ọbẹ̀ yẹn ẹ máa mú ẹ máa yó dáadáa. Because children of damnation. Wọ́n ní ọmọ tá à ń báwí tó ń warùn kì á parun lójijì láìsí àtúnṣe. A dẹ̀ ń sọ à ń wí gbogbo yín ò ẹ̀ ronú ẹ sùn ẹ kọrí síbì kan náà ẹ lọ́pọlọ ẹ wá sọra yín di ọmọ àlè tó ń fọwọ́ òsì júwe ilé bàbá ẹ̀. Wọ́n á fún ilé irun tó ń jábọ́ lórí tébù ẹ̀ wá ń dùn bí gbá ọtí. Tó bá jẹ́ wípé ẹ ronú ni àwa Yorùbá ló yẹ kó jẹ́ wípé orí wa pé jù. Wọ́n sọmọ wa daṣẹ́wó wọ́n sọmọ wa di yahoo kiri. Ẹ ronú ẹ ru ọpọlọ yín. Ẹ ń tẹ̀lé àwọn politician tó jẹ́ wípé wọn ò tiẹ̀ ronú bóyá ẹ exist rárá. If they care about you, why didn't they just increase the salaries of the mass of the government workers first? Why must they increase their own salaries? And you are here, you are claiming that they are for us, renewed hope. You've just renewed your satanic hopelessness. And when we tell you, you keep telling us that we don't know what we talk about. Wọ́n ní ìgbẹ̀yìn ló ń dolóku àdá. Àbọ̀rọ̀ là sọ fún ọmọlúwàbí. Mo mọ̀ pé àwọn kan wà nínú yín tó jẹ́ pé etí wọn ti kówó ilépo sí tí wọn lè ronú ọpọlọ wọn ti yòrò. You guys, you see, before I always feel that, well meaning, I'll round off now. I always feel that you guys just get the dried shit from Tinubu's house and you roll it up to smoke. Now, it is the wet shit that you guys are smoking because I don't understand what is wrong with you. I practically don't understand. You guys are rolling the wet shit and you are smoking it and it's affecting your mentality, no matter your level of marital status or education. Something is drastically wrong with you. As long as you come online to defend this nonsense, nonsense will be your permanent portion. I just saw it. They were so what there. I yield my mic.
All right, thank you very much, Oladipo. Like I said, I think some people have been.
It's a lot of people. It's not even some. Like it's way. Yeah, this is.
I've getting a lot of DMs saying what's happening to this.
Yeah, it's more than usual. This is not even just one person.
Yeah. This is a huge glitch. I can't.
I be Elon don't prepare for a fight with Mark Zuckerberg, because he say he won't fight. Don't leave Twitter. Go to prepare for fight. We just continue like this now, do we? Okay.
Saddam.
I don't know if you want to restart, but sorry, go ahead.
Sir, please, I just want to say this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Monday was my birthday and a whole lot of people wished me happy birthday. I'm so sorry I've not responded to anybody. I want to tell you that I saw it and I appreciate the love from you guys. God bless you. For everyone that took time to write something, I really appreciate all of you. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, my brother in Aria. So I know see him. Happy birthday, me too. I don't even see him too. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, my brother. God bless you. Long life. Thank you for all you do for the movement. God bless you. Much love, day one. Now, all of us start violence with together. Now, foundational black American. Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Thank you so much. Otumba don't laugh. You know it's how they talk. Karim.
My brother, AFBA.
FBA. Thank you very much, my brother. All right, well, we enjoy. Back to you.
All right. Okay. Quickly, let's
Well, I
just
think
take.
I was gonna say if folks can get, because the problem is that if we end the space and start a new one, that one another one. So first of all you can restart your phone first of all, then also if they can follow it on the YouTube channel, if you can't get in, you might just not be able to request the mic to speak, but yeah, that's what I would advise. Back to you, brother.
Meanwhile, breaking news. Tulumbu, go France. Go take 2 shots. 2 shots. And he go, he see the stage.
Saddam, that thing was disgracing. Don't even talk about it. It was
The tell us
disgracing.
making climb steps. You see the steps. You see that it looks like Mount Everest. I cannot climb. Let me ignite the law of teamship. Teamship. Let me use teamship to salvage Nigeria. Hey! Oh my God. Shall we tell you that this thing? Embarrassment. Una go so far. About no children. Una go explain tire till we get back our mandate. You people will be explaining every day. You will explain. Come and explain this one, oh. Children of the roasted rotten corn. Children of the drug dealer. Come and explain. Explain to us because he's defender of the universe. Come and defend. He's going to France for his first international blah blah blah. He has gone there and have called
He
his
went to
mates.
France to take treatment. They use the whole whatever summit as cover up. We know he went for recharge now. He went to go
We
recharge.
know now.
Because they use that one as cover up.
they
Donkey.
say they say names of noisemakers. Come out with your mates. You run. You run. You must come out, though. You must come out. You want to do president, Abi? You must come out. Nonsense people. When we Nigeria back to you.
Oh, well. All right. Let's quickly go ahead. All right. Let's quickly go to. Please, if you're in the speaker section, you want to speak, please raise up your hand. Let's quickly go to Seven. Seven. Then we'll come to AGK and take it from there. Seven, please go ahead. 4 minutes
Hey,
or 5.
good evening, everybody. It's good to be here. I greet you, Emir Saddam, and Jimmy. Thank you, everybody. Well-meaning. Appreciate you all. Oladipo, happy birthday in Arias. And I quickly want to say this for the judiciary on trial. they Anybody who says Twitter is not influencing the things that we see around us doesn't know what's happening. So you remember the day that the judges were acting up and then we brought them to the space. They started to have a semblance of sense again. But I'm so glad about our team, the lawyers and the witnesses. Omo, the back-to-back today was badass. Like, it was good. I enjoyed reading every moment of it. At a point I had to put it out loud and start reading it like an oration for my wife to listen to. It is good. I'm so enjoying what's happening, and I know that we are getting our mandates. Nothing they want to do. 114% salary increase. It's all fake news. It's fake news, but there is no smoke without fire. If you think something where you can't sleep from our mouth, we saw it very clearly. And as much as they want to act like it wasn't going to happen, we know it was your plan. Agbado people on the space, tell your uncles, tell your aunties, it will not still reach on our hand. This 114%, even if you pray that it will be well with you, it will not still reach you, because the truth is, these folks don't care about you. I've always maintained this stance, and I will say it again. It is us, the masses, against the political ruling class. It is not Igbo against Yoruba. It is not Ijo against anybody. It is against the ruling class. They bought the heads of fools only to eat more money. They don't care about you. Let that sink. Keep renewing, keep doing what you will do. I found that I've become a bit more I've joined the attackers. Sometimes I have to tell myself, take it easy. Don't get sucked into their madness. But I can't help it sometimes. I get buzz with them and then I block their ass up. But the truth is, you guys should start thinking. Eronu. Think about these things. It's not making sense. These guys don't care about you, but you will keep licking their asses. If you see the mention of this ass, whenever I post anything, they'll go there. Oh, you're the best thing. Oh, God bless you. Oh, you're reading. It will favor me. It will. And I'm always going to comment, Odeni, Ronu, you are not thinking right. You guys should think beyond your smell. It looks like they use their nose to only reason. I don't think they use the brain. Maybe shaft, nine food that place. For the China seaport, we all know how the Chinese are, how high-handed they are. I think they're the worst of the pack when it comes to this. And we know all the deals they do in this country. We know how people have complained about the Chinese employers everywhere around Nigeria. But what we will see, Tinubu and his cronies have gone to sign a deal for 45 years. I am hopeful that all the madness we have seen in Nigeria due to bad governance, I'm hopeful that when we get it right and have a good person, there will be some sort of upturning. I hope these things are not sealed in stone and forever because the thought of it gives me headache. I am hopeful that all the madness, I remember the last time we talked about a particular person whose wife made sure that nobody can judge that person. See, all those things should be obtainable by an executive order. I beg, Nigeria cannot continue like this. We can't continue on this trajectory for years. I am very hopeful that as we get closer to retrieving our mandate, many of these fools will get to their senses. Maybe they will stop smoking this shit that they have been smoking, and they will probably get to their senses and start acting right because Nigeria must be good in our lifetime. I'm not just waiting for it to be good for my son. It must be good for me. I will eat the good of this land, whether whatever the hell they are, like it or not. So please, Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians, stay giddy. Well-meaning Nigeria, I see you. Thank you, and I yield the mic.
All right. Thank you very much, Seven. Thank you very much for that. All right. Let's quickly go to Ejikeme. Ejikeme, please go ahead. 5 minutes.
Yes, thank you very
Nigerian, thank you very much, Kenya. I would always start with the criminal drug baron
My
and the
brother,
Ejikeme,
and I quote us. We
Ejikeme, we can't hear you.
student loan, student loan that has potential.
Where Ejikeme there?
Papa, near your phone, I beg. We can't hear you. Are you educated? If you like say they get you.
My spirit, you just gave me.
Educated, try again.
Are you using the earpiece, Ejikeme?
You don't inside forest. Where you did you can
I didn't tell you.
you go in the yeah. Are
Okay.
you there? Maybe go to another person.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
can
let's
come.
go to Otumba Dike. Otumba Dike, please go ahead.
Yes, can I continue now? Sorry.
Oh, okay. Otumba Dike, hold on. Yeah,
Yes,
Ejikeme,
thank you
continue.
very much. I said I was going to start, of course, with my normal way of quoting the criminal drug baron Bola Ahmed Tinubu by saying, "We will give you student loan, student loan that has potential of life bet that will not be like soaked bread or poisoned Holy Communion." Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that is Onkolos in high spirits, promising Nigerians heaven and earth. It is very unfortunate that we have a thief representing Nigerians, bringing so much shame and disrepute and disrespect to us. We have always known that this man is not well, was never well, and lacked what it took to lead a population of over 200 million Nigerians. But of course, the people and the masterminds of this criminal rape of our democracy will face trial in the end. So that moves me to the PEPT recap. You see, it's obvious. Evidence, yapa. Evidence is too much. At some point, like Mommy Bolanle said, we will build a house with the evidence that Peter Obi and the Labour Party came to court with. We are probably going to build a house with it. And what else can we get from criminals who did not actually win an election than another cash out season? Yes, they will make a U-turn now because they have never seen an opposition like the headless mob. Yes, we are the headless mob. They don't know if it's like octopus. You cut from this side, another head will come up from the other side. We will always regrow. It's a headless mob. So they have never seen that kind of opposition. So in the night, they will chip in something to the civil service to implement. And then by morning, when they gauge, the level of opprobrium and the level of attack on that particular policy, they change around and say they did not do it. That is what they are doing. But we know evidence, yapa, with what is going on. But you see, we will hold this, we hold them for bus 18. It is very clear. When Nigerian was reading, I was coming from the morning space too with well-meaning Nigerian, and information coming out from the court was so glad. Today is one of those days I am so happy. That is why I started with a criminal drug baron quote. I'm so happy that the respondents, the APC Council, INEC, and all of that, they are finding it very difficult to break and make sense of some of these classical witnesses that Labour Party is bringing to court in order not to kill my time. You see, part of what will kill most Nigerians, especially those in the West, western part of Nigeria, is tribalism. And that tribalism is going to destroy Lagos. Let me tell you how it's going to destroy Lagos. Let us remember that Peter Obi has said it clearly. For us to grow the economy of Nigeria, Nigeria is so much a big country that does not require just one port from one state. The whole of Nigerian continental shelf, the whole of South Nigeria is a continental shelf. There's no way Lagos would be the only port of entry of goods and services or living of goods and services in this country. Therefore, he has said that Port Harcourt will be considered significantly in his government. We need another port functional. We actually have a port there, but we know it's government policy, Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his criminal gang that have made that port not to be functional. Just like the way they have also made it impossible for the Southeasterners to have a vibrant flying international airport. An international airport that is vibrant. Let us forget about the nonsense that they are doing in Akanebia in Enugu, where even now, I'm not even sure Addis Ababa can land there. That is the injustice of Nigeria. So we need a president that can harmonize most of these things. Why have they made Lagos the architect and the starting and ending point of everything in Nigeria called commerce? It is because of this thing. So yes, let Sanwo-Olu continue. Let him continue demolishing the markets. He will be the architect of destruction of Lagos. It's unfortunate because you see, when they smoke this wet sheet of bats, it blocks their brain from reasoning. They can't reason. They can't see the future. When Peter Obi comes, he will make sure that the continental shelf is truly what it is. And then Igbos that build other people's places, Igbos that contribute to nation building, will for once think about home and invest home, because I cannot have a port that is functional in Port Harcourt and I go to the US to make a trade, or I even go to China to make a trade, and then I will send it to Lagos rather than sending it down to the continental shelf of Port Harcourt that is closer to the southeast. So those who can advise Sanwo-Olu should advise him properly and stop this ethnic jingoism, ethnic behavior of his in a way of getting to a particular tribe. Lastly, they are going to deal decisively with the Chinese, and they will understand what we are talking about. You see, it takes the obedient movement also to educate them. It takes us to educate them, right? Finally, Sanwo-Olu, he don't cast. Last, now you go chop the breakfast. You will be gone like subsidy. You took a non-Nigerian, somebody who has denounced his allegiance to Nigeria and made him deputy governor. And Otumba, my brother, just like you said, PDP is a very useless party. They didn't see this last 4 years. It took a Labour Party bright candidate, a son of the soil of Lagos, to get this out. So even if they are able to not make substantial evidence to the fact that he actually won that election in Lagos, Sanwo-Olu will be disqualified on the basis that he took somebody who is not a Nigerian by law as his deputy governor. All his votes will come to null and void. That is what it means. Well, tomorrow is another day again. Obedience. You people